Alright, well, I wanted to do a little update here. It's been a few days since I've been started using this, and made a couple of changes and improvements. First of all, something I forgot to do last time is point out how I connect this phono plug to the system. Basically, this lead is what comes from my multimeter, feeds into the tip of the plug, and that feeds up through the wire up to the electrodes. I have it just shorted across right now for demonstrating the circuit, and then back down through the ground line of that audio cable, and then from here up to the battery. And I have this clip and hook here so I can put all the thing on a pan. I can just pick it up and carry it around now, so it's much more convenient. Okay, so the changes. First thing you probably noticed is that there's only one 9-volt battery now. I was wondering if that would be possible, and so I did some experimentation, and sure enough, this little resistor here, just swapped that out. Originally that was a 560 ohm, now it's 220, and that pretty much does it. Just a little bit of adjustment to that trim pot, and everything works great. And the other thing I did was I put in this extra potentiometer here. Originally, you may recall, I had a 6.8K resistor going from the third pin of this pot to the ground rail, and I wanted to make it a little more fine-tuning, because when I put on I did my session this morning, I found out once I got all the electrodes in place and power turned on, I was only getting 1.5 milliamps of current, and I thought, oh man, I don't want to take off the electrodes, re-wet them, try and get the wetness of the electrodes just right. I figured there's got to be a better way. So that's what this is for. So let me show you how it works now when I've oh, I guess that was on. Alright, so okay, we turn on the switch to get a little bit of action. Now I'm going to crank up the 100K potentiometer, and you see when it maxes out, I'm right at 1.5 milliamps, and that's when you start cranking up this guy. So if I go from, it's at 5K right now, as I go from 5K down to 0, it maxes out right at 2.75 milliamps. So that means there's a little extra power there. If I get my electrodes, too dry, I can just crank it up a little bit and still get it exactly at at 2 milliamps. So it just makes it a little easier to use. You don't have to worry about getting the the electrodes just the right dampness. And yeah, so I'll pick up a 5K pot next week when I go to pick up my 3 milliamp view meter that I ordered the other day. So once that's done, I'll also pick up a project box, and I'll build the thing and actually solder it together. One other thing, of course, I got there's a little jack for the phono plug, so that'll, obviously I don't want to be using any of these clips and everything every time I use it. I want to just plug that phono jack into the box and have it work. So that's pretty much everything. I think I've got it pretty much figured out the way I want to use it, and I think it's going to work just fine. So just a little update. I'll make another video probably in a week or two once I get the thing built. So good luck, everybody.